Hello everybody and welcome to the very first VTuber game dev potluck. This is going to be a type of game jam. I don't know if it's real, I just sort of made up the formatting. So we're going to see how this works out all together. So as you're watching this video, it should be February 6th. Wherever you are in your time zone, make sure you're watching this on February 6th. Because that is the first day of our potluck. Let me tell you a little bit about how this is going to work. So, how this is going to work is, what is a game dev potluck? Well, the way we have formatted our game dev potluck is today, day 1, February 6th, 2021, I'm going to give you a theme at the end of this kickoff. And today, you are going to make a bunch of game assets, materials, inspiration, concept art, design documents. We're going to talk about all that, but that's what you're doing today. Then you're going to submit all of your assets to a Google form that I will link on the website that will be in the description of this video, okay? Then on day 2, which is a week from today, February 13th, we will all be using everyone's assets that everyone created to make a game. You don't have to use all the assets that are in there, but mainly you should be using the assets that everyone created from the week before. Not just your assets, but everyone's assets. A shared pool of assets. So this is inspired by a art challenge type called Exquisite Corpse. And the idea of Exquisite Corpse is that everyone works together to create one creature. So as you can see in this image, like the top was done by one person, the middle was done by a different person, and the bottom was done by a completely different person. So that's kind of the idea of this game jam. So anyone can participate. It's called VTuber Game Jam, but you don't have to be a VTuber. There is no sign up. You just do it. There's no prizes, there's no judging, there's no competition. This is just a test of our skills and a way for us to all learn together and maybe socialize and make some interesting stuff. There's no restriction on what kind of tools or materials that you use, but please try not to break any copyrights laws, please. Like I said, you don't need to be a VTuber. And in the description of this video, you can find everything that I'm about to say here today. You can find written down, and also links to submit your assets and your game. Okay? So what do I mean by assets? What do I mean by game assets? Well, if you go to opengameart.com, you'll see all the different kinds of assets you could possibly make. This includes sets of UI images, this includes concept art, this includes 3D models or textures or materials or sound effects or BGM or code, whether it be like Unity components or something like that. This could be dialogue scripts. It could be just a plot summary. It could be absolutely anything. Anything that you think is vaguely related to the theme that I'll be announcing at the end of this kickoff. Also, additionally, if you are just a 3D animator and you want to animate something but you don't necessarily want to, create a 3D model and rig it, I highly encourage all 3D modelers and 3D animators to use the Human Animation Rig. I believe it on the site it's called Human Animation Rig like update or 2 or something. It's from OpenGameArt, and here's a little bit.ly link to it. And if you're a 3D modeler, please use this rig to create new 3D modeled people so that the animations that the animators create can transfer over to them, and make sure it's rigged and everything usable. Additionally, I kind of already mentioned this, sprite sheets, character art like for visual novels or something, even if it's just like a design document kind of outlining an idea you have, that's totally okay too. Yeah, just anything, absolutely anything that could be used in the process of game development, please. And please note that any assets you submit will be licensed under CC BY, which means it's Creative Commons, and as long as there is attribution to the original author, as in you, This can be used by anyone. It can be edited, remixed, used, commercialized by anyone. Please be aware of that. And also there will be a couple submission guidelines just as far as like naming the files and stuff that would be very, 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 very helpful to me and everyone making games. So please, before you submit your assets, please check these guidelines. They'll be on the Google form. It will be hard to miss them. I will not let you miss them. So please follow the naming guidelines when you submit your assets. So deadlines, as in deadlines to submit your work. The deadlines for Asset Day, which is today, will be February 10th. The deadline for Day 2, which is Game Day, will be February 15th. Okay? And if you have never made a game before, if you've never coded anything before, I will be creating a template project in an engine called Stencil. It's pretty basic to use, especially if you don't know any coding. I highly recommend using it. It's a great place to start if you want to learn about programming and coding. It doesn't use like code, it uses like visual coding, visual scripting, which I made a whole tutorial video about. I have 2 videos on my channel called Game Coding for Beginners, and I recommend checking that out. Specifically, level 2 is about Stencil, but both will be very helpful to you, okay? I don't think I need to describe Day 2 too much, right? Day 2 will be the actual day you actually create things, you know, make a game. There hopefully shouldn't be too much assets you have to create on that day, so I hope it's not too much of a burden. But regardless, you will have 2 extra days if you need them, but hopefully Day 2 will be the day that you work on stuff. And if you share, if you make social media posts, if you start streaming, please, 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 please use the hashtag VTPotluck so that I can find them very easily and retweet them, and we can find all of our work much more easily, okay? Exciting, exciting, exciting. So what is the theme? What is the theme? What is the theme? We're so excited. What the heck are we gonna have to make all this stuff about? What is it? Well, it is February, and game day is February 13th. So I thought a nice theme would be sweet, sweet, so sweet. Whether that's like candy, like sugar, or a feeling, or, you know, anything related to sweet, or maybe the opposite of sweet, bitter. This is kind of Cards Against Humanity rules, you know? So if you can connect your idea to sweet, that's the concept. Sweet. Sweet. First love, sweet. Sweet like candy, sweet like chocolate, sweet like Sweet Lolita. Sweet. I cannot wait to see what kinds of stuff you guys are gonna make. And I will be streaming a lot of both of these days, making stuff. If you want to work in teams, sure, go ahead. I don't really care. But however, this sort of format was made for solo work, and yeah, I think I've said everything. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I will respond to them. And yeah, let's all make some really cool stuff. I can't wait to see what everyone makes. So, bye-bye, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. Bye-bye.